Got a repair on this hood here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna blend within the hood. So I'll blend out this way, use my body lines to kind of go off of. That way I don't butt up to the fender. I'll do the same thing over on this side. I always want to use the body lines to your advantage. If you can hide a blend within your body lines, do it. Probably put color across all of this right here and just blend it off both sides. Gonna go ahead and jump on into the base coat.
Now remember, with this hood, going to blend up to the lines. That way it's not butting up against the fenders. We'll start by wet bedding the whole hood, except for where the primer is. Now, start with my blend. Remember, for your blend, farther back, more like a drop coat. Come over here, same thing. I'll start getting my coverage. These blues can be more transparent than most colors. Remember, when you're doing this, always arch so you're flicking your wrist. That way you're not leaving a halo. Now, do a drop coat. Now I'll dry that. I'll check it with the light, make sure for coverage, and hopefully be ready for clear.
Okay, so checking the metallics with the light and for coverage. You want to turn the booth lights off, shine your spotlight on the car. As you can see, you can still see that primer edge a little bit. Still a bit transparent. Like I was saying, sometimes these blues and reds stay a bit transparent. So it looks good over here on that line. Metallics look good. Just still got a primer edge. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to mix what base coat I have left, half and half with wet bed, and I'll go back over this, kind of get it covered some more. So I'll show you how I do that.
Okay, so as you saw in the video, you can still see the primer line when the lights are off and I take the sunlight to it. So if I were to clear it, you would see that in the sun. I can't see it right now, but once I clear it, put it in the sun, you'll be able to see it. So what I did was, I took base coat I had left, I mixed the 1051 wet bed, or you could use the 1050, whatever you're using. I'm in California, so it's a little bit hotter. I like the 1051. It's a slower wet bed. You can't use 1050, either one. I mixed it half and half with the base coat I had left. That thins it out a bit. Now I'm going to go over this to get my coverage, but I'm not going to wet bed the whole hood. Since it's thinned out more, it's not going to leave the halo like it would full strength, and it'll be easier to blend rather than full strength with no wet bed, harder to blend. So, here we go. So by doing that, it makes it more like a traditional paint, not so heavy, you know, it's a little bit thinner. I'm going to go ahead and dry that. I'll check it with the light again, make sure that I have my coverage, and then hopefully I'll be ready for clear coat.
Alright, so checking it again. As you can see, primer line is gone. It's now covered. Metallics all laid down nice and even. And I'm ready for clear. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix up some clear and get to it. I'll let that flash for 5 minutes or so, come back and do another coat.